Hello, everyone. What I want to do today is talk about something that's called the 3 threats. Now, I know that a lot of agents I talk to sometimes have a hard time transitioning from, they're talking about property and casualty, or they're talking about Medicare or health or whatever it may be. How do you transition into, say, life insurance or long-term care or annuities? And by using this technique, it allows you to make the segue so that you can get to the fact-finding at that part and then find out exactly what the client is looking for. So what I'm going to do is work with Frankie here. I'm going to go over the 3 threats so you can see it for yourself to see how this transition works. So right. Frankie is my client. Frankie, how you doing? Nice to see you again.
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Frankie, what I wanted to do is take some time to let you know that it'd be great helping you with some of our property casualty and also Medicare in the past as well. But I want to make sure that the money that you're allocating is spent on really what it is you need, on things that are going to truly protect yourself and your family. And so what I want to do is just go over something that's called the 3 threats. It literally takes 5 minutes to go over. Do you have some time to go over that really quick? Okay,
let's do it.
Awesome. Let's do it. So what I'm going to do, and I think visually is a good way to show this so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. Most people are living their lives, and there's a wide range here, right, between luxury and poverty. Most people are either living comfortably or they're meeting their necessities. Now, there's no right or wrong here, depends on your circumstance. Where would you say you and your family are between luxury and poverty as far as your lifestyle, where you guys are at?
Well, we're above necessities.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could say.
Would you say somewhere here maybe? Place it right here?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. Okay, so we know when we place a round object on an incline, it's going to
roll down.
It's going to roll down, that's right. But as long as you're healthy and working, is there any reason to believe that this ball should roll downhill, that your lifestyle should get worse?
No, I don't think so.
No, and you're right to say that, right? Because what you've done is you created a wedge. And this wedge is your earning power. Now, if something were to happen to you, though, where you weren't able to work, what are you going to need to be able to maintain or improve your lifestyle? You're going to need
some cash flow of some sort.
That's right. You're going to need money, right? So what we at IFC have identified is there's 3 threats that could pose a threat to this earning power. So I'm going to draw this up here, this wedge, right? Now, one is that you might die too soon. And that could be a pretty big threat, right, depending on your circumstances. Now, I know that you just recently had a kid, right, last year, and you have another one coming on the way, right?
Maybe,
okay.
Know.
Well,
hopefully sometime soon.
That's the plan, right? Okay, so how does that look like? Paint a picture. I mean, if that happens, something were to happen to you, say, God forbid, with your family situation, how would your wife, how would your family be able to cope with such a loss if something like that were to happen?
I have no idea. We don't have much in place yet, I guess.
Okay, so financially, would she be okay, or do you think you have the assets? Or at this point, you're not quite sure?
She'd need something. That's for sure.
Okay, so this could play a role. That's something we can talk about as well too. Another threat that we see that impacts people's earning power as they approach retirement that they're thinking about is that they might live too long, right? There's a lot of people that are afraid, they're going to run out of money before they run out of breath. Mm-hmm. So this could impact your livelihood in terms of income, but also if something were to happen to, say, you or your spouse, where you need maybe some form of long-term care, that can be really impactful as well. What is that? Any factors on that? Is that something you've considered, or have you put?
It's something we've definitely talked about. Yes.
Okay. So, any wheels in motion as far as having that taken care of at this point?
Yet.
Okay. So that's something to consider as well too. And then the third threat is some type of chronic illness or disability. Right? So this could be during your earning years as well, right? And that could be the cornerstone. If something were to happen, right, it could be pretty detrimental. Any thought on that, or you have anything in place that...
I do have some disability plans in place, yeah.
Okay, no, that's good. So these are 3 areas that we've identified that could impact your earning power as you approach retirement and even into retirement. Of these 3, and there's not a right or wrong answer here, but what would you say you and your family be most concerned about at identifying and working at to try to mitigate that risk?
Probably dying too soon.
Dying too soon, okay. Well, Frank, Frankie, here's what I want to do. I want to spend some time just to get some basic information to make sure that you have the coverage you need. And if you don't, how do we fill that gap? Do you have 5 minutes just for a quick fact finder so we can find that out?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, let's do that. And so that's the 3 threats. It's really all about letting the client know, hey, these are 3 viable threats that could impact their retirement, and how do we mitigate those risks by finding out what's going to be most important for the client based on their circumstances. If you have any questions on this, feel free to call myself. I'm able to help out, as well as Mo, who works as our Life RVP, and of course Don Teagues, who's our Concierge Director, is happy to help out as well too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.